Hello, this is Lucia Arden here in Texas. I'm so grateful. My name is Lucia Arden with Arden to Give to the World, Heal America, Love and God, Arise to God's Truth, Restore and Keep America's Freedom, in our new book, God First, America, God First. God First, America, our miracle. God is our miracle. And I'm so glad all the politicians and many people have come to the realization that we are a Judeo-Christian nation and that only by God can we save our America. And I'm so excited in my book, and I've been writing this for a long time, and I've been saying it with Podcast Business News in New York. And I also have a podcast, Bold and Brave, my show, Lucia Arden. And I'm so excited because for years, I've been saying that we need to build each state and get the small and large manufacturing and resurrect our companies and see how we can improve and get benefits and competitive pricing with taxes very low so we could bring our manufacturing back. And I'm so excited because I noticed on the news, Tucker interviewed a beautiful gentleman that also works with the government that talked about how they had a new office during Biden's presidency that they would control things, only give monies to what they wanted to. And that's what I was saying. All offices have to be corrected and checked. And that's another thing I said. But the first point is that we need to realize we need to spend on the things that we should spend on. And then he talked about that President Trump wants to do the Industrial Revolution. And that's what I was saying. I was saying that our companies need to be brought back to America and restore all our manufacturing, all our businesses. And then if we can't build the businesses and those and need to build new buildings, okay? If those buildings are deteriorated, we need to learn how to recycle them and have the children learn about this, the university children and also the young children. That's another thing I wrote about the children's education, and study how we could take and recycle things that are old, that weren't made to live forever, live for long time of hundreds of years. So my name's Lucia. My new book is America, all about America, but it's God First, America, our miracle. I'm so excited because I saw in the news that Tucker interviewed the man about how he thought President Trump was going to come in and how he's going to develop. And they're all in he called it the Industrial Revolution. And I just didn't use that name, but I talked about that every state has to be corrected and to find the manufacturing small businesses and bring it back. But then we also have to have a continuous training for the children to learn how to recycle, because recycling is very important in energy. And I'm so glad because I saw there's a new company that Bezos and Zuckerman is building. And I didn't get the name of the company, but they're building for the nuclear energy, because they use so much energy for the AI and all these big companies. They use so much of the energy that they take it all, and then energy is expensive. It's limited, and that's what I said, to make the nuclear energy, because I knew about the nuclear energy for a long time, because my nephew is a scientist, nuclear scientist, and he worked in Saudi Arabia and also graduated from Texas A&M and also is a professor now. And he taught me in just a couple of sentences that nuclear energy is excellent. And that was years ago, and I said that. But these are good things. But now we need to find the children. And we're all asking to have the billionaire women. They're so beautiful, to find the children. And because there's 325,000, they don't know where they are, but it's a total of like 500 internationally. And I'm so excited because all these things are coming together, but I'm excited about the businesses coming back. That's really important because that brings less homelessness, that brings less poverty when our businesses are brought back, the Industrial Revolution. And I have a responsibility to write how we're going to do that. I've been outlining on what to do, the beginning of it, on what to look for. But they use my ideas, but they don't put my name on it. Unfortunately, right before but right before the president election, my computer was broken for like almost 2 months, and they break it and they bring it back, break it and bring it back. I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars throughout the years. My computers, I can't even get insurance, but it proves by the point of my writing that I made these ideas, and I do want to be a participant of it because that's my calling. But I love my brothers and I love my sisters. You know, whatever motive or whatever happened or why it happened that way, but God is in control, and God knows what we do. God knows our heart, and God sees, and we have eternal treasures, even if someone uses our idea and they don't put the name on it. But I'm so excited because it's exactly what I wanted. I asked for, no, just what I wanted, because I prayed that I asked for months and months and months, almost a year. I can't the exact months that I asked Elon Musk to come in, and he did, and I gave him a list. It's proven by the fact of all my social media, and he's followed through. And I know people have problems. They say this problem did this problem did that problem, and the Lord told me that these are the men that I have and women I have, my child, that they're good enough, okay, and this is the best they could do. So tell them to throw the first rock, okay? No one is perfect. No one is perfect. He says, this is what I have. And I'll never forget, a beautiful Armenian man said, he says, it's what the American people accept, but it's also how we are as people to keep our America free. He's a beautiful American man in Pasadena, Armenian man. And I'll never forget, and I learned from him just a couple sentences. He was my friend, and I'll never forget, he helped me. And I would make flower bouquets when it was during COVID, and I would bring them to his house because I had a flower garden. And he always tried to help me the best I could. He knew who I was and my ability, and he always believed in me. And so I'll never forget that. He says, and I'll never forget that. And when you went to his house, you could feel the Spirit of the Lord in the house. It was so beautiful. And his father, he took care of his father so beautiful. I don't know whether his father's still living. And those are the American people. He may not be perfect. He's not a perfect man, but he's a beautiful man that's good enough that God can make beauty a beauty. Okay? And that's what we need for all of us. We could transform to better. And that's just like our country now. We are going to evolve better, and we are going to restore our country. So I'm so excited that they realize that we're going to have like an industrial revolution. And that's the word that President Trump, my comrade and my friend, is doing and will do with the team. But that's what I was saying. I'm so excited that to restore every state and find the manufacturing and the businesses that were closed down, but also the children have to learn simultaneously about the periodical table. They have to learn about ecosystems and all the systems in each state. What state needs improvement, and have the children learn about that so we can develop the state and develop what needs to be improved. We could do this. My name's Lucia Arden, and my book is called God First, America, a Miracle. My second book is coming this week, and it's called God's Power, America, Save Our Legacy. Because our legacy is our past, present, and future. And if we don't carry our past, we don't have a foundation. And that's a Judeo-Christian nation. And we have a covenant. I told you this before. It's called the Congress, the Continental Congress in 1774. We had a prayer. And that was before 1776, before our America became a country, and when we won the war. And it talks about Jesus Christ, that we have a covenant with him when we follow obedience in his love, that he'll protect us. That's in the Congress, Continental Congress 1774. Are you listening? So this is very serious. I'm so excited. And they took me off LinkedIn. They took me off TikTok. And I've had a lot of violence of things happen, but I'm still alive. I'm still alive, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for my comrades, my friends, indirectly, that I delivered the information, and they are doing it. They are doing it. And I'm so excited because there's so many things they follow through on and what they're going to do. And they're making meetings they have ideas with Hurricane and Russia and Putin. We're going to get that taken care of and stop the war, and they're going to support Israel, and we're going to protect us so we don't have to pay so many taxes, because we're going to have it different where we cut. And that's just what I said, Vivek. I was so excited when I saw Vivek today on the news, and he made a speech. I didn't get to hear the speech. I just read it real fast because remember, just one person. And I was so excited because he says we're looking at all offices in the government, what they're spending, what they're not. And that's what I said in my book. Both books, America, okay, America, my books, God's Power, America, Save Our Legacy, and God First, America, Our Miracle. Lucia Arden on Amazon. Please buy them and give me a review, a good review, and also give me a donation if you can. And I'm also a consultant. I'm a singer. I made beautiful songs here in Texas. They liked them. They liked them. I'm a Christian singer, but I also sing like jazzy, and then I go way high notes. And so I want to sing at an event together, and I'm going to prepare that. But I have music too. And you could have multiple gifts, but I've been working on both these gifts for years. I have so many songs. I have so many writings about America that it proves, because you have to look, the outcome of what you did and who you are as it evolved. But the first thing is, I am a follower of God and Jesus Christ. That's my number one. And then I seek, even in my failures, and even I'm human, I seek to do righteousness. Even though I failed and I'm not perfect, God still forgives us when it's not cheap grace, when we seek to do better and don't sin. And that's what America is doing. They voted in President Trump, and the team, I can just fly, fly high and just get, I'm so happy. I haven't been able to express this because I've been trying to finish the books, because the books, they wouldn't let me get on until like a day before or a week before, October the 31st, but on Amazon. But I delivered the information to them so they have it and they used it. And in the medical, because I was in medical practice for 20 years, and I'm so happy because I said to have the Democrats come in, and so I said we need to fix the medical, the pharmaceuticals, the vaccines, and also the pharmaceuticals need to have mediation. That's what I'm hoping, that they'll do mediation. Pharmaceuticals do make a lot of money, Pfizer and Moderna, and because that was a mistake. And we need to fix the foods and the agriculture and the dairy and the meats and the chicken, all this. And then I know Schwarzenegger, I saw today, he said, we need to have good health. And that's true. I was trying out for Miss Health and Fitness, and I just wanted to show them that, to show them about health and fitness. And that health and fitness is also about what you eat, but we need to apply it to the everyday people, those people that are health and fitness, that's all they think about, all they do. But we need to teach the everyday people, which they do at the health and fitness. I love them. That's why I tried out, that we need to teach them about foods and exercise. And that's what I was teaching them about, the foods and exercise. And it's so beautiful that we are going to come together in truth, in God, and love God first and love our neighbor. And we're going to forgive each other. And we have to protect ourselves, because I've had a lot of EMFs. I have a report on torture of EMFs and biowarfare. There's secret groups. I hate to tell you, we have to realize there's secret groups that still try to take down America, but we are going to be strong. We're going to be strong, and we're going to look at all sides. We're going to look at all sides, up and down the sides, all around, and ask God to protect us. So the EMFs, we got to promote right away, in the biowarfare, because they do spray. They do spray. And the biowarfare EMFs, they're not 5G. There's no 5G little apparatus in the phone. It's even Michael, there's a man named Michael Gibson. I'm pretty sure that's the last name he talks about, but I knew because I could feel it, because I'm very sensitive, I have a big aura. There's EMFs in those big towers that they said they're 5G. Those are EMF to bring down the people. We need to pinpoint those, and ask President Trump, and I asked President Trump to work on that. and Elon Musk to work on that. And I see he's doing a beautiful job. And I haven't got all the news of the list of things I told them to do because I work on the team indirectly as a volunteer. But I've been doing this for years. I've been working on this before. I wrote a report on 2011, an article at the Economic Holocaust and the Immorality and Morality in my book, my article with a secondary source because it's an intellectual article. Once you realize when you have some go to school, you realize you know nothing. But it was the book I used was Dialectic Secularization with Pope Benedicto and Habermas on reason and religion. And then I used that idea how the world was changing our America in relationship to the economy, in relation to the people, to science, everything. And I have a little chart. I put it in my books because that was in 2011. I wrote that and it's come to pass. That we need to come to God and we need to love each other. We need to, even if you're not a believer, we need to love each other. There is a verse that says, when you believe in Jesus' works, that he'll profess you to the Father. And that's when we come together in unity, even if they're not a Christian, but they're justices and want to do well for America. That is believing in God's works because God has a hand on America. America is God's land. We can't give that up. We can't go away from it. That's why we're doing bad because we went away from it. We need to come back, just like the Jews, just like our beautiful Netanyahu that is protecting the world and protecting us from Iran and Hamas and ISIS, which we have to pray because of the open borders. But they have a covenant, the old covenant of God of Abraham. We have the new covenant of the God of Abraham in Jesus Christ, our Messiah, and they're waiting for their Messiah, but it's Jesus Christ. And then we have all these other religions that are God's humanity, and we need to come to unity, which we have. I saw the Muslims that they voted for Trump, and I'm so happy. I worked for a beautiful Muslim man that was also Christian. He believed in Jesus, and he had experiences with him, and I believed him. And he believed in Jesus. He was born in Jerusalem. That was where he lived, the man that I worked for. But he believed in Jesus and had experiences with Jesus. He's Muslim. He respects Jesus. And I think he believes that he's the Son of God. But I wanted to tell you that I want to get that point too, is we need to pray for our beautiful Saudi Arabia, which I love so much. And the prince, he is very discreet and very, very actually grateful and gracious that he's not part of BRICS. He sent his assistant to BRICS, all the company, all the banking. It's called G9. We're called G7. We're Europe and Japan and America. We trade, but now we don't trade anymore with these other countries. Maybe on the side, but not with all the commodities. It's the BRICS now, as you know, so we're not using our dollar for that. And so I pray in Saudi Arabia, I pray that they stay with us, but I pray and ask him that he'll come and tell the Taliban in Afghanistan to take care of the children and not forced marriage at 8 years old. This is terrible. And now I want to say that we are going to be fine with the BRICS, which I was saying, and it's in my book. I talk about export, imports, and I talk about the BRICS. That we can make it if we drill our oil, like President Trump says, drill, baby, drill, and then also our liquid oil.